Alright anime fans, it's time to tackle one of the most important debates of our generation. Does CDawg actually have good anime taste, or is he just another mainstream anime bro who's past their prime? Let's find out. Buckle up because we're diving deeper into his top picks than a Titan breaking down Walmaria. This is going to be a wild ride, so grab your popcorn, your body pillow, and your favorite anime figure, and your hottest anime takes. And yes, before you ask, we will be judging him harder than any anime protagonist who just lost a tournament arc. For the few who don't know, CDawg, aka Connor, is a prominent YouTuber, voice actor, and anime enthusiast, known for his hilarious content, chaotic energy, and occasional hot takes. From cosplaying as Sebastian to questioning anime tropes on the Trash Taste podcast, Connor has built a reputation for keeping things unpredictable. First, let's look at some of Connor's favorite anime, based on what he shared in videos, streams, and interviews. Here's a quick breakdown of his favorite picks. And spoiler alert, it's a mix of masterpieces and some real, wait, really? moments. Connor's a huge fan of JoJo Bizarre Adventure, which is basically a personality trait at this point. Seriously, if you haven't seen him strike a JoJo pose or dramatically yell, "Muda Muda Muda," are you even watching his content? Then there's Ping Pong the Animation, a masterpiece in minimalist storytelling and unique art that proves even table tennis can make you sob uncontrollably. Although that's only what I've heard, cause I still haven't seen it myself. Hey, don't judge me. Who's that into ping pong? Moving on, of course he has Attack on Titan on his list, a show that's as subtle as a Titan drop kicking your favorite character into next week. But does loving these anime automatically mean his taste is good? Or is it just safe enough to avoid too much criticism? Let's roll up our sleeves and dig in deeper. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure isn't just popular, it's iconic for its outrageous art style, meme-worthy poses, and characters that make you question the laws of physics. CDawg makes you feel that if JoJo isn't in your top 5, are you even watching anime? Meanwhile, Ping Pong the Animation might look like it's animated in MS Paint during an earthquake, but it advocates that it delivers a storytelling experience that hits harder than a shonen protagonist's power-up punch. And as for Attack on Titan, it's basically the anime version of Game of Thrones, but with fewer dragons, more walls, and a lot more screaming. So far, so good, but Connor's list is more layered than a shonen protagonist's tragic backstory. He's also a fan of Death Note, the ultimate gateway anime for anyone who wants to feel like a criminal mastermind while binge watching. I loved Death Note as a kid, but man, watching it now makes me realize that Light was the dumbest smart character I have ever seen. Goes from a potential modern-day Robin Hood to serial killer by the first episode, and I think we all know that Light was crazy for not getting some from that blonde chick.
Oh, and by the way, Light darling, do you know how to kill a Shinigami?
Did you just call me darling?
Fine. Then do you mind if I call you Knight instead? Cause you're like my knight in shining armor, you know.
Let's just stick with that.
Then there's Mob Psycho 100, a show that's equal parts heartfelt emotions and completely bonkers situations. Think therapy sessions with epic psychic battles. Throw in Hunter x Hunter, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Steins Gate, and it's clear Connor has a thing for legendary anime with emotional depth and mind-blowing fights. Basically, his list is the equivalent of a well-balanced anime diet. A little action, a little mind-bending sci-fi, and a healthy serving of existential crisis. But wait, there's more. Hellsing Ultimate is another powerhouse on Connor's list. It's got vampires, insane action, and Alucard being the absolute menace he was born to be. If you ever wonder what would happen if Dracula went full anime, this is your answer. Although this anime definitely screams his age, and if we're talking about the best vampire animation, I feel like Castlevania definitely takes number 1. Then there's Toradora, a rom-com that tricks you into thinking it's just another lighthearted love story before it punches you right in the feels. And let's not forget Monster, a psychological thriller so gripping it makes you question your own morality. We're starting to see a pattern here. Connor enjoys anime that challenge expectations, whether that's through unique storytelling, deep character arcs, or just complete insanity. He craves for those high emotional arcs that these anime portrayal. Now we gotta address the elephant in the room, Connor's spicy opinions. For example, he's not a big fan of My Hero Academia, calling it overrated. I am sorry, but those are some fighting words. I'll admit, it does have its flaws, like having too many characters and some seasons being far more interesting than others. But dropping the show entirely, you see some of the greatest hero moments I have ever seen in television. The creativity of abilities, suits, and stories are top notch. It's like Japan's version of Young Justice. And he's openly admitted to dropping Sword Art Online faster than Kirito picks up girls in-game.
Yeah, you're right. It's still a pain in the butt.
I got your pain in the butt.
While some might call him a hero for dodging the hype train, others argue that he's missing out on some fun. What do you think? Valid critiques or just CDawg being edgy for the memes? To be fair, Connor's critiques are more nuanced than just dismissing popular shows. For example, he's called out Sword Art Online for its pacing issues and admitted that parts of Attack on Titan didn't fully click for him. It's refreshing to see someone back up their spicy takes with actual reasoning. Whether you agree or not, at least he's got receipts. And let's be honest, in the world of anime debates, having receipts is rarer than a filler-free Naruto episode. Alright, anime detectives, let's compare Connor's taste to the anime community at large. Is he a trendsetter or is he just picking whatever Crunchyroll recommends? We dove into the fan polls and Reddit threads to see how his opinions match up. Turns out, Connor's got a pretty balanced mix of mainstream and niche picks, which is basically anime YouTuber 101. But let's break it down even further. First up, he's got the classics, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Steins Gate, and Hunter x Hunter, which are universally loved by anime fans. These are like the Big Macs of anime. Everyone's had them, and most people can agree they're solid. But then he also champions lesser-known series like Baccano and Jormungand, which make him stand out from the typical mainstream crowd. One interesting thing is that while many anime fans gravitate toward the latest seasonal hits, Connor seems to have a preference for anime that holds up over time. He isn't afraid to call out newer shows for being overhyped, even if that opinion earns him some spicy debates online. But does having both popular and underrated shows on your list make you a tastemaker, or is Connor just trying to impress the hipsters? It's a tough call. On one hand, he's introducing people to hidden gems, which is commendable. On the other hand, it does feel like he's carefully curating his list to avoid being too predictable. Either way, it's clear that his taste keeps the anime discourse interesting, and that's always a win. Love him or hate him, Connor's influence on the anime culture is undeniable. He's like the loud friend at a party who convinces you to try karaoke and suddenly you're belting out Unrivaled in front of strangers. But let's talk specifics. How exactly is he shaping the anime scene? For starters, his love for JoJo Bizarre Adventure has definitely contributed to the show's ongoing popularity in online communities. Let's be real, JoJo means we're already thriving, but Connor keeps the momentum going by constantly referencing and reenacting iconic moments.
JoJo pose. Okay. Ow.
And then there's Monster and Toradora, two animes that aren't necessarily at the forefront of modern discussions, yet he constantly brings them up, reintroducing them to new generation of viewers. And of course, we can't talk about his influence without mentioning the Trash Taste podcast. His banter with Garnt and Joey have led to some of the most viral anime debates on the internet. Whether it's roasting bad isekai or defending his weirdly specific love for Ping Pong the Animation, Connor brings a fresh perspective to the table. Sometimes hilarious, sometimes controversial, but always engaging. Beyond recommendations, Connor's impact is also seen in how anime discussions are evolving, with YouTube and streaming platforms making anime more accessible than ever. People like Connor are helping to shift conversations from just what's new this season to what actually makes a great anime, and that's pretty exciting. So yeah, whether you agree with his takes or not, you can't deny that Connor's voice has weight in the anime community. And honestly, we need more people shaking up the usual discourse instead of just recycling the same opinions. But hey, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. So finally, does CDawg actually have good anime taste? Here's the verdict. Connor's taste may not be for everyone, but his mix of mainstream, niche, and occasional chaotic picks keeps the anime community on his toes. And isn't that what truly matters? But hey, that's just my take. What do you think about CDawg's anime taste? Let's debate in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more anime content. Until next time, stay awesome, and remember, the real anime taste debate was the friends we made along the way.